Hi all, welcome to the course. So we have successfully set up our environment and we checked the Python version. It was 3.12 and happy about that. We have installed the requirements, we have created a virtual environment and did everything successfully. That's a great move. So let's concentrate into the 2, 3 and 4. The first ask is we have to build a Flask API which is a REST API. Second, we have to load Whisper model for speech recognition and we have to set up GTTS for text to speech generation. Let's make our hands dirty. Without wasting your time, I have kept the code ready here. So let me explain you step by step. And one more important thing. Documenting a script is really a significant thing. It is not that you're a beginner, you're a pro. It doesn't belongs there. Always you have to write documentation for your script, which is really incredible. I have recently come across a meme that a guy says, while writing the code, only me and the God knows what is there in the code. But just after a week, now only the God knows that he's here. Jokes apart, good script has good documentation. It is not only you going to develop this and deploy this. Everyone has to understand whoever comes through the code. They have to understand what is the flow, where does the data flows, how it comes, from where it comes and where it goes. Each and every step, you document it well. It is not that you have to document how I have done this. It is just for your understanding. So you can have segmentations and just normal situations like here I have written see just clean up. So those kind of documentation is also very significant. Let's move into the code. So this is import section. From Flask, we are importing Flask request JSONify send file. As I mentioned, we are going to send a file and we are going to get a text output. So that is audio to text, speech to text. And the second thing, we are going to give a text, we are going to convert it into audio. So two use cases. In this section, we will deal only with speech to text API. Let's move into the code. Import Whisper. From GTTS, import GTTS, import OS, import UUID. First, we have to initialize the Flask. I'm naming this app as this function into the app. First, initialize the Flask. So here app equal to Flask underscore underscore name underscore underscore. So you can just have a look into that. Now we are going to load the Whisper model. This is the variable model where we are calling the Whisper. So we import Whisper here. We are calling the model. We have a function called load model here. For this project, I'm just going to take the base model. And there is a small model called Tiny. If you want, you can also opt turbo or large, medium. There are a number of models. You can just explore the documentation and you can take whichever model suits your project. Here for just experimental thing, I've taken the base model and I'm going to set up the local path. So here you can't see anything as of now. So we are having two virtual environments, one app.py and requirements.txt. So once the script runs, if I give some audio input, there will be a folder called outputs and there will be a folder called outputs. So this is for making the directories there. So if it is not existing, it will create. If there is a existing part, it will write over that. Next, we are having the root to home. So this is where our home page comes. So you can see the slash mark. So app.root. See, this app refers to the Flask app, which I mentioned above. App.root to home method get. So here we are writing a function called home where we will be showing a JSON message. Welcome to Speech AI API. This is the actual functionality, speech to text API. Again, we are having the Flask API. It is the Flask code app dot root. This time, I'm going to keep the path as slash API slash speech to text. So this is a method that how we write API. In this method, we are going to use post. Post is the input will be given from the user. So we are going to post something. Here we are writing the definition speech to text. If audio not in request file, return error, no audio file provided. So first we are defining the error statement. If there is no audio provided or some other like txt or some Python file, whichever is not supported model, you are sending to that will be rejected and you will be given 400. Now audio file equal to request.audio. So this audio refers to this audio. So for your understanding, this part should be written at first, and then if I write the error statement, you would have got a better example. But this is how I used to write. So we are having the input as audio. So file name, we are going to give UUID is a random ID. So whatever the format may be, it may be MP3, it may be a wave. So we are going to save it in the wave format, and we are going to save it in the local. We are having the save function and the file name. File name is OS path. So here we have OS. This path will be read here, and that will be kept into the upload folder, and it will be given a unique ID. So that is UUID. Now what we are going to do, we will be taking the file from the local. So the step one, it will go to the local, and second thing, we are going to create a variable called result where model. So we import the model here. This is how we got the model. So this model refers to the base model from Whisper. We are taking this model and we are having a function called transcribe, which is going to separate the text from the audio. Let's discuss in the next session briefly how this architecture works. So we are having model, transcribe, and the file name which is from the local. So we are having another variable called text. So text is using this function. So result is the function which is going to transcribe the file. So we are going to give the output as text. So result is having the parameter as text. So return JSONify transcription text. This text will be sent as the transcription in the output. So the key will be transaction and transcription, and the value will be the transcribed text. Or else if it is not done properly, it is having some issues with it, we are throwing the error. Finally, what we are going to do, we are going to clean up. As we have storage, less storage, we will be cleaning it up. So here is the script initialization, that is the main function. So what happens when we run the script, if we are not having the main function, the script won't get executed. So here we are making the global host. So it is like whichever the port may be, it will utilize. Here port, we are mentioning it as 5000. So if I start running the script, see our virtual environment is already activated and we are into the right folder. Let's make ls. So we are ensuring we are into the right folder. Clear Python Python 3 app.py. Let me run the script. If there is no error while executing this, we will be getting the output port. So it shows we are having a issue here. That is the port 5000 is getting used by some other thing. We have the issue. Address already in use. That is port 5000 is already in use. So if you don't want to disturb the port 5000, you can change it as 5001.